So it looks like I got one more episode and I'm finally caught up with 911 since it is like the whole Thanksgiving week. I don't think there's going to be an episode released this week. So that actually kind of helped a lot. So now I'm actually going to be caught up after this one, and then the next one's going to be released towards the end of the month of November. So I'm actually very excited to finally get caught up. The next one is actually called Ghost Stories. From the title itself, I can only just imagine people are going in a house or an abandoned warehouse or something like that, and ghost watchers or something like that. And something happens, they get in an accident, and then they call 911. So let's see if that's even right. Let me get into this pop before I actually jump into the video. And it's another Yu-Gi-Oh pop. I actually got a few of them because I actually used to watch this show a lot when I was a little kid. The new stuff, it's just not the same, but the old stuff is still pretty cool. And I got this one. Look at that. And this was actually a Target exclusive. You could only find this at Target. A bunch of these ended up getting, so I don't know if you can see that right there. So usually when they open the box, they like use a box cutter. And with the pops, you definitely don't want to do that because you can definitely damage them. So a bunch of these had this type of cut at the bottom, which, I mean, if you're trying to sell them, a lot of people who are trying to sell them wouldn't want to buy them because of that. But I'm not trying to sell this. I actually like this pop. But yeah, I mean, I got a couple more. I think I have all of these in the back. I think so. I know I showed you this one so far. But either way, let me actually hurry up and jump into this video because I'm ready to finally just get into 911 Lone Star. And then I wanted to react to Dexter. And I think Dexter's already like 3 episodes in. So I'm already behind on that one. So, all right, let's get into it.
911, what's your emergency? Is someone there?
Help me.
Your location?
It's too dark. I think I'm on the ground. I think I'm buried alive.
Oh my God. No way. Damn, he was actually buried. He must have done something or saw something.
All right, victim's name is Edgar Hill. He told dispatch that he was carjacked, got shot, buried in some sort of coffin out here. Based on the size of an average male.
Damn, for a carjack they did all that? That's pretty extensive.
Hey, Cap. Do we know how serious that gunshot wound is? Blood loss may have gotten him already.
Dispatch still has him on the line. Hopefully they can keep him talking.
Wow, that's a big old open field. It's gonna be hard for them to find him.
I'm gonna die in a body. Stupid.
Ow!
What?
Box!
Oh, did they hear that?
Cap, I got something.
Edgar, what are you doing?
It's gonna break.
That's a bad idea. That freaking ground is just gonna set on him.
Tell me what's happening.
Oh no.
It came again. Stop.
118, I think our victim's running out of time.
Everybody else, hold the work. Radio silent until my call.
Edgar, here's what I need you to do.
Take a deep breath.
And scream.
What?
Scream, Edgar, now!
Ah! There! Here!
Everybody dig! Move!
Hey, come on! Come on!
Look how slow they're running.
We got him, Cap! We got him!
Dispatch, we've located and extracted the victim, beginning medical assessment.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Lizzie. It was Julie.
Yeah, there's way more to that story than him getting shot, carjacked. No.
Condition of the victim, but he does appear to be alive. Investigators are...
Wow, looks like he's back. No, he's a detective, so he knows something. That guy probably did something, and that's why he was buried.
Your guys did that?
No, victim did. Tried to punch and claw his way out.
Oh, there's DNA right there. I feel like this is something, man. Well, especially with that detective there. I feel like DNA's there. They're going to test it. He's done something. They're going to find something. That kind of I mean, it kind of looks similar to him.
Maybe we should start from the beginning, see if we can help jog your memory.
Mr. Hill, I hope you don't mind, but I'm...
Now's not a good time, Miss Kelly.
She could stay.
Well, that's great. I'm sure the public will want to hear your account of this atrocious crime.
I don't feel so good. Maybe if we could finish this later. If you could leave a card.
Of course.
That's crazy. I didn't notice that.
You might want to call me first, Mr. Hill. If you're in trouble, I can help you.
I didn't notice that he has that scar right here.
I'm putting an officer on Mr. Hill's door. No one is going in or out other than hospital staff.
Wow, you think the alleged carjacker could come back?
No, but I'm pretty sure you'll try.
Boston?
Yeah, Buck is convinced.
Oh, okay. Somebody did say he was going to come back in episode 7, and I guess he kind of did.
She used to tell me it was actually the happiest point in their marriage.
What is everyone's obsession with revisiting the past?
Why? Who else is taking you down memory lane?
Eva. Kind of wish I was in Boston right
Wasn't Eva like that white girl who was like a drug addict?
now to get there.
I think that was like on season 1.
Maybe she's chasing ghosts.
Or maybe I am.
So I guess that's probably the little thing that we're going to get. At least he's in the show, but not that long. I'm okay with it.
I hurt you in ways that I don't even have the words for.
She teared up
Not
quick.
one of your steps.
I appreciate you taking the time to hear me out.
Eva walked into work where...
Didn't it happen like in season 1 or season 2 that Hen actually cheated on her with Eva? Or am I just like
Fair.
remembering things that didn't happen?
You cheated on me.
Okay,
With
never
her.
mind.
Or did you forget? You really think she's leaving town?
Yeah. She seemed sincere.
And that is why I can't trust you.
So even when you tell him the truth, argument still happens. But I get where she's coming from.
No! Oh
Man, what's going on?
He's not breathing. I went to get him out of the car seat and he's...
Okay, let me see him. Okay, I'm a paramedic. Give him to me.
Oh my God, he's bleeding.
All right. Boston EMS, step aside.
Okay, we got a newborn, bleeding from the nose, pulse is steady, breathing has returned, looking at a possible vitamin K deficiency.
Sounds like someone trained you well. Eli. What the hell are you doing in Boston, Howie? Chasing ghosts. Long story.
Oh my God, I love that they brought him like that. I thought it was just gonna be the car ride and that's it, but nope. Oh my God, that was good.
Hospital. You posted a uni to keep her out.
I couldn't help myself. The woman's a menace.
I'm just trying to figure out how Edgar Hill ended up buried alive.
He said the woman's a menace and she's over there looking crazy with that look.
I'm sorry, Lizzie. That's what he said when you pulled him out of the hole, right?
How do you know that? I didn't tell you that.
What? You think you're my only source?
So is there things that Buck can't tell her because she's a reporter and he's a firefighter, so there's like some type of confidentiality right there or something like that? Because that would be an interesting relationship if that's how it actually is.
You think she was having an affair?
I think there was definitely something wrong with that marriage. He told her she'd never get another penny out of him, dead or alive. She told him, money or not, she'd rather see him dead.
And then we can prove what really happened.
The wife did it.
I was thinking like, all right, so who did it? I guess it's both.
I want to know why you keep popping up, trying to blow my life apart. You really don't have to worry about me. I have been worried about you since the third date. Every time you call, that's what I feel. That I'm about to lose my wife and my son because all the people I love the most belong to you first.
Wow.
Hen is never gonna leave you.
Damn, that was deep.
Detective, I got a guy here looking to deliver a pizza.
Hold on to him. This will all be over in a moment.
Nah, that guy delivering the pizzas is a hitman.
I was here to talk to Lizzie Hill.
What? No, Lizzie Hill is dead. Her husband hired Gladden to kill her.
Not to be so rough.
Wait, that's...
Lizzie Hill.
Got a runner!
Edgar?
Damn you, Lizzie. And you too, Tom!
I'm so confused.
What? So the hitman was the Sancho.
Okay.
Isn't that the guy from that Selena show, the Wizards of Waverly Place?
And the fact that I had some financial hardships and that she was such a terrible woman, I decided to help him out.
He fell in love with her.
I saw her. And I knew Edgar had lied to me.
The music.
She was beautiful.
So you told her the truth?
Every bit of it.
What'd she say?
Where the hell was he getting $100,000? It was self-defense. He was gonna kill me if I didn't kill him first.
And how are you gonna pay him?
By sleeping with him.
It was not my finest hour.
Wow.
That's the last thing I remember.
Damn, so he did shoot him.
Now, you sure you want to confess to everything without a lawyer present?
I think I'll be safer in prison.
This is so weird, but it's funny, but it's just so weird.
You know, it's funny, almost no one calls me Howie anymore. What do they call you?
I forgot about the damn Howie thing. How did I remember hearing that name, but how did Chim just like it go from Howie to Chim? Ah, damn, he's running away. Either that or he's actually gonna go to where Jeffrey put him. They're finding some people who have like very like at a quick glance they have similar features as Jeffrey. Man, that is creepy. They got the music playing, they got the flash.
Mom, I'm in trouble.
Harry, what's wrong?
I did something real dumb.
Please don't be mad.
I'm not.
Just worry. Tell me where you are.
I went back to the house where Jeffrey took me.
But I hurt myself.
Can you come get me?
I'm on my way.
I thought he was gonna call 911.
I hurt my shoulder. I can't get up.
All right, I'll get him.
Ow!
I got you.
Damn.
Easy, easy.
Were you working?
That doesn't matter. You always come first.
And I think everything's gonna be a little bit more better now.
Why is it your job to take those kind of risks? I know pot, meat, kettle, but still.
It's just like Buck's thing. He's always putting himself into it. She did the exact same thing.
Everything.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess unsolved mysteries just never sat right with me.
Oh, there's more to her then. There's something.
I know he's dead, but still kind of feels like he's there, you know? Never quite really move on.
Damn, what is she hiding?
Move forward, but trauma comes with you. Just learn to live with it.
I'm gonna have to pause that. I'm gonna have to try to see if I can read all of that.
Listen, it could be worse. I mean, I have people treating me like I'm the Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
So what do we do now?
We could have a cookout, and I could tell you guys about what happened to me.
All right, so that episode was actually pretty good. I mean, it wasn't really much actually that happened, but you actually learned a couple of things in this episode. So I feel like Taylor is going to end up being a series regular now, because so first she was getting a couple more lines, she was getting a couple more screen times, and now it looks like there's something else there. So I'm gonna get to that towards the end of the reaction. But Detective Ranzoon, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I think he might also be another series regular because he's getting a little bit more camera time, a little bit more, a little bit more in there. But I mean, the beginning of this episode was pretty good, trying to find that guy who was buried, but then the story didn't line up. He's over there talking about how he was carjacked, but then he was buried. That made no sense whatsoever. Like, who does that to that extinction? They carjack you, they shoot you, and then they bury you. It just made no sense. So I get where everybody was coming from. So, but it got to the point where, they find the guy and then there's a little bit more to it. And you felt like there was a little bit more to it. So Athena is talking to her therapist, trying to figure out what's going on, and it's like, it was starting to slow down a little bit, but then Taylor ends up going on to the investigation to try to find out what's actually going on. And she kind of gets a little bit close, but also Detective Ranzoon gets a little bit close. So it's like a 50-50 kind of thing about who's actually going to get there. So you get to this part right here.
Thank you.
Where she actually comes back. And I think it's actually the same person because I remember her a little bit because I felt like I've seen her in a different episode. So she ends up coming back, and I do remember that she did she had Chin cheat on her, or him basically cheated, all right? And I can't remember what season it was, but I do remember that she ended up cheating on her, and then it was a whole nother thing. But the conversation she actually had with Hen's wife was very, very deep. So one part that I did enjoy is somebody in the comments did say that Chim is going to come back in episode 7, and he actually did. But he only came back in the beginning. Is what I thought is he only came back whenever he was driving, and that was it. But no, I love the fact that they actually included an actual 911 emergency. So I actually like the fact that they actually included this. He actually bumped into one of his old friends, and yeah, I love the fact that they included that. They ended up talking. They got a beer. So I kind of feel like Chim is maybe gonna accept the fact that Maddie needs to do this maybe by herself. It's something she needs to go through. When I said the episode was titled Ghost Stories, I thought it was something different, but it actually turns out it's just confronting your past. And that's what it seems like a lot of people are doing in this episode. I think Chim might end up coming back for sure. Might end up being back on the team. I think he's finally just going to let Maddie just confront whatever things she needs to confront, and then just come back whenever she's ready. So I kind of feel like that's what's going to end up happening with her. This is the part that I thought that was very, very deep right here.
Every time you call, that's what I feel. That I'm about to lose my wife and my son. Because all the people I love the most.
Right here.
Belong to you first.
Damn, like that was very, very deep. It's like I can have their type of love and whatever, but yet you had them first. But then she ends up telling her no, they love you more. And I guess that kind of made her feel more secure about herself, and maybe she's gonna end up putting her in her past in the past, and then she's just gonna move on. I doubt we're gonna end up seeing her anymore. Eva, I think that was her name. I doubt we're gonna end up seeing her anymore. But one thing that actually was going on is you get to the part where they're at the hotel. They're at that hotel. And out of nowhere, you hear somebody say, oh, there's a pizza delivery guy. I thought that was a hitman, okay? Because there's a whole hitman that ended up being hired, so I thought that was actually the hitman. Turns out it was actually just the husband, because they're over here talking about what's going on, and then Lizzie is actually alive.
Lizzie Hill. She's the one who hired the hit.
She was actually alive, and that was like, they were both like, what the hell's going on? And then you got this guy. It's just funny to see this guy play this type of role, because I remember seeing him in Wizards of Waverly Place. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But I remember seeing him, and he was the dad. He was this funny type of person. And now you see him as supposed hitman, struggling, getting paid in sex kind of guy. But the whole story about them going back and forth was actually really funny. The guy ends up hitting him up, gets him to be a hitman, and he's telling him all these lies about the wife. The wife ends up blowing up, and it's kind of like they just switched it all around, and the wife ended up paying the guy in sex for doing the job, or whatever the hell it was, because the guy actually fell for her. So, I mean, that it was crazy. I don't know what type of outcome is going to happen between them, but I'm sure every single one of them is going to jail, because I doubt anything's going to happen to them like that. So when I saw this part right here,
much less your life.
The truth is worth everything, Buck.
right there.
Everything.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess
See right there, she let it slip out a little bit of like it kind of lets you know that there's something there, that something's going on with her. And then she ends up looking at her computer and it looks like she wants to cry. And then she's actually reading this part right here. So I might end up having to read it because I'm actually kind of intrigued on this. So it says, local doctor proclaims innocence after murder conviction. Dr. Patrick Martin was one of the most popular doctors at Northwest Health Hospital, yet he quickly became one of the most notorious people in Arkansas after his wife, Nancy Martin, was found dead from overdose on sleeping pills on the morning of August 11, 2000. Her death was deemed a suicide. Upon further investigation, it was detected Dr. Martin plotted to murder his wife and sought to conceal the incident as a suicide. The case almost went to trial. In the first trial, juries couldn't reach a unanimous decision and declared a mistrial. Wow. The prosecutor's office promised they'd seek to retry the case several months later during the second trial with the testimonies from leading forensics. After 2 hours and convicted, juries deliberated for about 2 hours and convicted Dr. Martin on first-degree murder. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison. When the judge asked if there was any legal reason why he should not be sentenced, Dr. Martin said, the jury has made a terrible mistake. I am innocent. Wow. So who is Dr. Martin to Taylor? Like, what is because I don't think it has any relation to it unless that's her dad. Because I don't think I've ever heard her talk about her parents. So unless that's her dad, and then she ended up having to change her name because her last name is Kelly. So unless she ended up having to change her name, like, where's that coming from? But that's something that it looks like they're going to bring her more into this. They're going to probably talk about her, maybe give her a little bit of a backstory. I don't know, but I'm very excited about that one. So let me know what you guys think. I think I've talked enough. I got one more episode and I'm finally caught up. And I'm finally there. So next week, the end of the month of November, I'm finally there. So we'll see what happens. But don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment. And especially do not forget to subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.